There was a time when the Filipino accent was little more than a punchline, a cheap joke on late-night television, a source of easy laughter in movies, and a recurring gag in comedy skits. It was a sound that drew snickers from audiences, a way of speaking that was rarely taken seriously. Comedians would exaggerate its musical lilt, stretching syllables and mimicking intonations, turning a rich and unique way of speaking into a caricature. The accent became shorthand for comic relief, a tool for getting laughs at the expense of authenticity. Filipino English was often seen as broken or incomplete, the language of side characters and background extras, never the voice of authority or power. It was rarely, if ever, the accent of the hero, the leader, or the main character. Even within the Philippines, many felt the pressure to erase their accent. From a young age, children were taught that sounding American was the gold standard, the mark of intelligence and success. Schools and teachers rewarded those who could mimic Western accents, sending a clear message: your natural voice is not enough. The closer you sounded to an American or British speaker, the more praise you received. But while the world laughed, something subtle began to shift. Beneath the surface, a quiet transformation was taking place. The clarity of Filipino English, its careful enunciation, measured pace, and neutral tone, began to stand out in unexpected ways. What was once mocked for being different was now being noticed for its precision. In a globalized world, where a single miscommunication could cost millions, the so-called funny accent proved to be incredibly effective. Companies realized that clear, understandable English was a powerful asset. Filipino English was easy to understand, stripped of confusing slang, regional idioms, and rapid-fire delivery. It became the gold standard for international communication, especially in industries where clarity was crucial. Today, that transformation is complete. The Filipino accent, once a source of ridicule, is now a mark of professionalism and reliability in the global workforce. The laughter that once echoed in studios and theaters has faded, replaced by a new sound: respect. People now listen, not to mock, but to learn and understand. Filipino English now guides airplanes safely through the skies, resolves complex technical issues for customers around the world, and bridges cultures in boardrooms and conference halls. What was once mocked as a weakness has become indispensable, a vital link in the chain of global communication and commerce. The journey of Filipino English is a story of resilience and reinvention, how a perceived flaw was transformed into a global asset, and how a community reclaimed its voice with pride. The world is no longer laughing at the Filipino accent. Instead, it is listening, truly listening, to what Filipinos have to say. And now, more than ever, it's listening very, very carefully, because the voice that was once overlooked has become a voice the world can't afford to ignore. English arrived in the Philippines not by invitation, but by invasion. When American troops landed on Philippine shores at the turn of the 20th century, they brought with them not just weapons and flags, but a new language that would soon reshape the island's future. After the Spanish-American War, the U.S. imposed English through schools and government. The American colonial administration saw language as a tool of power, and English became the key to accessing education, employment, and even basic government services. American teachers known as the Thomasites arrived by the hundreds. They spread English as the language of opportunity and modernity, teaching Filipino children not just grammar and vocabulary, but also American customs, values, and stories. Spanish, which had dominated for centuries, faded into the background. Local languages were pushed aside, and English quickly became the law of the land, the language of progress and authority. In these new classrooms, Filipino children learned about George Washington and Abraham Lincoln before they learned about their own heroes like José Rizal or Andrés Bonifacio. American history and ideals were woven into daily lessons. But Filipinos didn't just absorb English, they adapted it. They made it their own, blending it with their native tongues and infusing it with local expressions and humor. They filtered English through Tagalog, Cebuano, Ilocano, and dozens of other languages, shaping it to fit their world, their realities, and their daily lives. This wasn't rebellion, but a natural adaptation, a creative process that happens whenever cultures meet and mix. English became a bridge, not just to the West, but between Filipinos themselves. Filipino English was born from both colonial imposition and local creativity. It was shaped by necessity, but also by ingenuity and resilience. It carried American words and phrases, but with a distinctly Filipino soul, rhythm, and cadence. Over time, it became a living language, evolving with each generation. From the start, Filipino English was never just imitation. It was a resilient, creative response to history, a testament to the Filipino spirit of adaptation and reinvention. That context is key to understanding why Filipino English is so unique today. A language shaped by both conquest and creativity, and by the enduring voices of the Filipino people. Filipino English developed its own sound, shaped by over 170 local languages. The F becomes P, V becomes B, patterns rooted in native tongues, not mistakes. Its syllable-timed rhythm and clear vowels make it musical and easy to understand. Every letter is pronounced, a habit from learning English as a written language first. Grammar and vocabulary took on local flavor. For a while, please hold, did you eat already? From Tagalog. These aren't errors, but logical adaptations. Over generations, Filipino English became a stable, vibrant dialect. It's not broken, just different, a testament to Filipino creativity. The accent and rhythm are the sound of a nation making English its own. The rise of the BPO industry in the late 1990s turned Filipino English into an economic powerhouse. Call centers needed clear, effective communicators, and Filipinos delivered. Agents trained to neutralize accents, not to erase identity, but to be universally understood. The Filipino voice became the global sound of help and resolution. Old stereotypes faded as the funny accent became the voice of competence. The industry built confidence and proved Filipino English was exceptional. It became a real-world lab for cross-cultural communication. The BPO sector became a pillar of the economy. More importantly, it was the first time Filipino English was valued globally for its clarity and warmth. The world started listening and appreciating. What makes Filipino English so effective? Its neutral, clear quality. Unlike strong regional accents, Filipino English is uniform and easy to follow. Its syllable-timed rhythm means every syllable is pronounced, making speech clear even over noisy lines. For example, international is pronounced international, not slurred. Filipino agents speak at a measured pace, making instructions unmistakable. This isn't about intelligence, it's a structural feature of the dialect. Clarity over speed became the Philippines' secret weapon in global communication. Companies saw higher satisfaction and fewer misunderstandings. The goal isn't to sound American or British, it's to solve problems. Filipino English became the most efficient tool for the job. Its once-mocked features are now its greatest strengths. Nowhere is clarity more vital than in aviation. Pilots and controllers from around the world must understand each other perfectly. Filipino English, with its clear pronunciation and measured pace, fits the bill. Airlines and training centers now seek out Filipino pilots and instructors for their universally understandable accent. Syllabic precision, like saying 230 instead of 230, eliminates ambiguity. The musical, non-rhotic accent cuts through radio static. In aviation, there's no room for snobbery, only what works. Filipino English is now trusted to guide planes and save lives. Filipino English stands out for its directness, flexibility, and musicality. Politeness is built in. Phrases like "for a while" soften commands without losing clarity. This is invaluable in customer service and hospitality. Filipinos are linguistic chameleons, able to adapt their English for any audience. Code switching and simplifying language come naturally, ensuring understanding. The sing-song intonation, once mocked, actually makes speech engaging and approachable. It holds attention and adds warmth, making learning or getting help a pleasant experience. These qualities, directness, adaptability, and melody, create a rhythm that's efficient, clear, and human. Filipino English isn't just easy to understand, it's pleasant to hear. That's the secret ingredient behind its global success. Filipino English has transformed the Philippine economy and global reputation. The BPO industry now includes high-value services, IT, finance, animation, and more. English proficiency has created a robust middle class and kept talent at home. The Philippines attracts international students for its clear, accessible English instruction. Filipino teachers are in demand worldwide for their patience and clarity. Filipino professionals excel in multinational companies, bridging cultures and teams. The language is now a prized export, powering industries and attracting investment. Filipino English has turned a colonial legacy into a powerful economic engine. The world's trust in the Filipino voice has paid off, economically and culturally. Filipino English is a remarkable story of transformation, one that journeys from the long shadow of colonial history to the dazzling global spotlight of today. It's a story shaped by resilience, adaptation, and the unique Filipino spirit. Once, Filipino English was mocked and dismissed, seen as a mere imitation, but over time, it has become valued for its clarity, warmth, and reliability, qualities that set it apart in a world hungry for genuine connection. As the world's needs evolved, it became clear what mattered most was not just being a native speaker, but being a clear, effective communicator. Filipino English rose to meet this demand, bridging cultures and continents. With its gentle rhythm, respectful tone, and innate politeness, Filipino English was ready to shine on the world stage, offering something truly distinct. Industries like outsourcing and aviation were the first to recognize its strengths. Today, business, education, and even healthcare are following suit, relying on Filipino English for its dependability and empathy. The accent that was once ridiculed is now trusted in the world's most critical conversations, whether in boardrooms, classrooms, or emergency calls. Filipino English stands tall, not as a mere imitation of another, but as a proud, distinct world English shaped by history and hope. It's a living testament to Filipino resilience and creativity, a language that adapts, survives, and thrives no matter the challenge. The voice of the Philippines is no longer a punchline or a stereotype. It's a respected presence in media, business, and beyond. It's the voice that solves problems, teaches lessons, heals wounds, and guides people through life's uncertainties. Filipino English is the voice of the future, a voice the world now listens to, learns from, and celebrates. It's a voice that belongs to everyone, and it's here to stay.